Hello and welcome guys to today's video. We're going to be talking about the news that Blizzard just released today. A huge balance update is coming out on March 18th next week, guys. This is one of the biggest nerfs I've seen since I started playing Hearthstone. We're going to go through the nerfs of standard. There's still some revised cards in WoW format play. We're just going to go over all the standard format cards that are getting nerfed. Let's kick it off. At the top here, we got Dreadhound Handler. It was a 2/2. Now it's going to be a 2/1. Next in line, this one's huge, and this definitely need to be nerfed. You got Infestor. It was a 3/2. The Death Rattle. Your Zerg minions have +1/+1 for the rest of the game, getting that extra health. Now it's going to be at 4/2. Death Rattle, your Zerg minions have 1 attack for the rest of the game. It's not getting that health buff. At least it's something. I still think this card's still going to be overly powered just because you can trigger its Death Rattle multiple times and get lots of attack. But it's definitely going to help the fact that you can't get more health. That's going to be huge. Next in line, Hydration Station. This is an older card. It was costing 8 mana. Now it's going to cost 10 mana. I agree with that. I think that's a good nerf, honestly. You got Alien Encounters. Before, it was summon 2/5 beasts with taunt, cost 1 less for each card you discover this game. The new one will now summon 2/4 beasts with taunt, cost 1 less for each card you discovered this game. This card, yeah, I don't think it really needed a nerf too bad, but you know, I don't know. Well, let me know what you guys think on this card. I don't think it really needed to be nerfed all that much. Next in line, Painter's Virtue. It used to have lifesteal after your hero attacks. I agree with this one. I think it's good that this card finally got nerfed. This is an older card. I've thought this for a while now. This card should lose its lifesteal. And so now no longer has lifesteal. After your hero attacks, you give minions in your hand that +1/+1 just without lifesteal. Next in line, we got our Holy Glow Sticks. Another great nerf, where you deal 4 damage to a minion. It won't be 4 damage to anything. So that's going to not kill the card, but it's definitely going to slow down Paladin in its few decks that really utilize this card. I think this is a great nerf. Next in line for Zarimi Priest. If you guys love playing Zarimi Priest, it's not going to be impossible, but it's definitely going to be more challenging. Old battle cry once per game. If you've summoned 8 other dragons, you get to take an extra turn. The battle cry changes from summoning 8 dragons to you have to have played 8 dragons. Raza the Resealed. This one's completely reworked. I find this one really interesting. Beforehand, for the rest of the game, when the battle cry was, before the rest of the game, your hero power refreshes whenever you play a card. The rework is the battle cry is going to shuffle copies of 5 random friendly minions that died this game into your deck. They will cost 0. So this card's going to be completely new, completely fresh. We'll have to see what kind of decks come about from this card. Next, Orbital Halo, another card I completely agree with. Needed to be nerfed. The old one did give a minion +2/+1 and Divine Shield. It costed 0 if you played an adjacent card this turn. It's not much of a decrease, but it's something. You're going to give a minion a +1/+1 with a Divine Shield still, and the same effect costs 0 if you played an adjacent card this turn. Okay, moving on to Domino Effect. It was 3 mana, cost 4 mana. Pretty simple. Kerrigan, Queen of Blades, gets a bit of a nerf. Nothing too bad, but it goes from 7 mana to 8 mana. Not really a big deal. Zergling, this is really going to change your hand buff hunter decks quite a bit. The old battle cry is you summon a copy of this. So beforehand, you could just buff up its attack and its health and just get a copy of it. You could get wins super quick with the hand buff hunter decks. Now the new battle cry, it's just going to summon a 1/1 Zergling. So it's really gonna tank Zerg or hand buff hunter. You're not gonna see that much in play anymore, I don't think. Okay, next off is Jim Raynor. Old with 7 mana, going to 8 mana. I was surprised. I still think this card is still ridiculously good. At least it's going up 8 mana. I don't know. I thought they might rework this a little bit, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if it makes much of a difference. Next in line, guys, and I'm excited about this one. So all the starport pieces that have come about, or starship pieces that have come about, have been overly powered, especially the Raven, I feel. And so I'm so glad some of these cards are really getting nerfed. It's a necessity. Terran Shaman has been ranked at the top this entire mini set, and there's a reason why. These starship pieces are just brutal. Let's go over them. We got Viking, Liftoff, and Starport tokens here. The old one was Starship Piece. When this is launched, it gained 7 armor. Now this new piece, when it's launched, is going to gain 5 armor. So degraded a bit with the armor. Next, you got Liberator. Old Starship Piece. When this is launched, you're going to deal 2 damage to all enemies. Now, when it's launched, it'll deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. So no longer to the hero. Raven, this is the one that I'm the most excited about. I still think this is going to be crazy good. Beforehand, when it was launched, you gained 3 random bonus effects, which was ridiculous. You could give it poison, you could give it reborn. It became like a Zilliax piece, basically. And now it's going to get 2 random bonus effects. I still think it's going to be a great card, but it definitely needed to be nerfed. Next in line, you got Banshee. Beforehand, it dealt 5 damage on launch. It's been reduced down to 3 damage. Another good choice. Blizzard needed to nerf this. It's a great choice to do so. And then Ceaseless Expanse, it goes from 15-15 to 10 attack, 10 health. So that's been nerfed and hit. Then you got Incendious. It used to cost 6. It'll now cost 7 mana. I think that's pretty fair, honestly. Bob the Bartender. This one's huge. This card has seen more play than most legendary cards. This card is seeing a lot of play just like Zilliax still. And this card has got nerfed. It went from putting an enemy minion into your hand, your opponent gets 3 coins, to put a copy of a minion, of an enemy minion, into your hand. Your opponent still gets the 3 coins. What I love about this change, though, is you can still get a copy, but you don't get to steal the minion, so it still stays on the board. It's still effective, because this card was really overpowered for that. So this is a card that definitely needed to be nerfed. Zilliax Deluxe. If you've watched any of my videos, I've been complaining about this card for I don't know how long. At least, I don't know, a month or 2 anyways. I've been really complaining about this card. The Reborn, the Elusive, the Poison, the Lifesteal, it's ridiculous. This card, I can't believe. And it's been nerfed. Zilliax has been nerfed several times, but they've never fixed the Elusive, the Poisonous. Finally, it goes from Elusive, Poisonous, and Reborn. Still going to have Elusive and Poisonous, but that Reborn is gone. And that was my biggest complaint, was the Reborn. Because then you can just play your Hydration Station. It just keeps getting those Reborn effects. And it's like a never-ending minion. It's ridiculous. So this card I'm the most excited about, to be honest. Next, you got your Gorgon going from 3 mana to 4 mana. Not really a big deal. Next card, you got your Gorgon going from 3 mana to 4 mana. It's getting a slight buff from 3/3 stats to 4/4. Next in line, you got your Arcanite Defense Crystal. Gain 6 armor on Death Rattle. Now it will gain 4 armor. So pretty much all the Starship pieces got nerfed. I believe. I believe all of them did get nerfed. I think it's all of them anyways. Don't quote me on that completely, but I'm pretty sure they have. That's all we're going to go over in today's video. A lot of other wild format-focused updates. I haven't went through them yet, guys. I'll probably create a video on those tomorrow. But I just wanted to cover the cards that have been nerfed in standard format play. I'm pretty happy with most of these nerfs. Again, this is probably the biggest nerf I have seen in standard format play in quite some time, guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you agree with the nerfs that are going to be transpiring next week, if you think there's other cards that should have been nerfed that weren't, if you think these nerfs are going to kill certain decks, I'm curious what everybody thinks. For the most part, there might be a few that I disagree with, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with what Blizzard is doing for the balance update. Thanks again for tuning in. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. And happy gaming, guys.